Okay, so part two, I'm going to show you what I do with the compost. Obviously, you can see a lot of stuff here is not decomposed because we're adding stuff to this all the time. But a lot of it has been decomposed by the bacteria, fungi, and earthworms that I mentioned before. So here's a clod that we can get out of here. Here's a nice clod. So when I make my own potting soil, I'll use a lot of this stuff. So if you look and see, I mean, it is very much just organic matter. And there we can see a clod, no earthworms. So if we kind of run this through this screen, what we start to get is the soil, or that compost down below, a lot of organic matter. Obviously this is not great for the earthworms. There are actually sawfly larvae in here. If I see one, I'll pull out another one. Already seen a couple of sawfly larvae. But I will mix this with my potting soil. And, oh, well, there's some sawfly larvae. That's actually the pupal case. Looks gross, but doesn't cause any problems. Here's one, there's another one. And there's no smell to this at all. There's actually some sawdust in here, which you can read all kinds of recipes, how to do a compost pile, and they'll talk about brown matter and green matter. Brown matter is carbon, green matter is nitrogen, to break all this down. There's not a lot of heat generated by this right now. To do that, often you turn it several times. It's nicer to have a bigger compost pile, but it can generate tremendous amounts of heat. I've had a compost pile once when I lived in town. It was 140 degrees in the center of that compost pile, whereas the outside temperature was below zero. So I move this off to the side. We can see all this amazing stuff. Some of the earthworms came through. Their earthworm, oh geez. There's actually what an earthworm will lay, there are eggs in there. And these are often called worm castings, worm poop. So amazing stuff in here. Wonderful for the garden, wonderful for the potting soil. In fact, in the big pots, when I put a vegetable plant in a gallon-sized pot, I always try to make sure at least one earthworm's in each one. So as it eats that organic matter and poops it out, it's broken down that organic matter so that now the plants can actually use it. So it's very helpful. The earthworms that came through this after being rubbed through the wire, not so good. I do have larger mesh sifters like that. They're a little bit better. See you guys next time.